Between text and heartbeats, I saw the wedding photos before I even knew she was engaged. That was the moment my heart shattered into a little bit of disappointment and confusion. The photos were everywhere. WhatsApp status, Instagram stories, even a Facebook post tagged with "God did it." And there she was, Amma, in her lace gown, beaming like nothing in the world could ever go wrong. I couldn't breathe. My head spun so fast, it felt like I was drowning. I scrolled down, desperate to convince myself it was some prank. But the more I scrolled, the more the truth slapped me in the face. The last text Amma sent me read, "We will talk soon, I promise." That was 3 days ago. 3 days ago, when we were still joking about how ridiculous Accra traffic was and how she couldn't wait for me to meet her favorite cousin. 3 days ago, when I had just sent her Momo for her DSTV subscription because she said she was too broke to watch her series. But let me rewind before it sounds like I'm just some clueless guy who got played. Amma and I met on Facebook, of all places. There was this random Ghana thread about things we do for love, and I had commented something stupid about how I once spent 6 hours in line at KFC just to buy food for my ex. Amma replied with, "Only 6 hours? You know, try cry." That's how it started. From the comments, we moved to DMs. From DMs, we exchanged numbers, and before I knew it, I was checking my phone every 5 seconds to see if she'd texted back. She had this way of typing that made everything sound warm, even if it was just simple hi. Our first video call was chaotic. Amma was sitting outside her hostel at the University of Ghana, and some guy in the background kept shouting, "Amma, your fufu is getting cold." She laughed so hard, and I remember thinking, this girl is different. We talked about everything, our childhoods, our dreams, even our most embarrassing moments. She told me about her ex who once proposed with a cheap ring he bought in Circle. I told her about how I got stood up at the wedding by someone I thought was my soulmate. Over the next few months, Amma became my person. She'd call me after her lectures, and we'd laughed about her annoying roommates. I sent her breakfast sometimes, small gestures like oats and bread. She wasn't flashy, she liked simple things. Or so I thought. Then, little cracks started to show. She became harder to reach. Her texts became shorter, her calls less frequent. I joked once that she was hiding another boyfriend, and she laughed and said, "Don't be silly, Kwame." But something about her laugh that day didn't sit right. It felt forced, almost rehearsed. The week before the wedding bombshell, Amma had asked me to lend her money for her cousin's engagement. I asked her if she was attending, and she said she wasn't sure yet. "I don't even have the right dress," she said. Naively, I sent her money. Now I know the dress wasn't for her cousin, it was for her. I didn't know whether to cry or scream when I saw those photos. Her groom, some big shot businessman, looked like he could buy the entire block I lived on. He wasn't even smiling in the pictures, but Amma, she looked like she just won the lottery. I texted her, "Amma, what's this?" The message was read but not replied to. Hours passed. My chest felt tight like I was carrying a weight no one could see. Finally, at 11:47 p.m., she replied, "Kwame, I'm so sorry you had to find out this way." That was it. No explanation, no apology. That felt sincere. Just that it wasn't that right. For days, I tried to piece everything together. I replayed our conversations and reread old texts. Had I missed the signs? Was I just placeholder for her while she waited for something better? The saddest part is, I can't even bring myself to hate her. I want to, but I can't. She wasn't just the girl I liked. She was the friend who made me laugh when I felt invisible. The person who reminded me that love wasn't just about grand gestures. It was in the little things too. And yet, between all the texts and heartbeats we shared, there was a version of her I never got to see. The version standing in that white gown, promising forever to someone else. I guess that's the thing about love. Sometimes it's real, and sometimes it's just a really convincing story you tell yourself until the ending proves otherwise.